Hey everybody, welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. I'm Big E. How we doing? If you guys tuned in last night, you'll see that last night we did part 1 of this Holley rebuild. Carburetor rebuild for the shit hop. So, I was tired last night. I'm even more tired tonight. Jamming a little bit, trying to get the mood right. I want to give a shout out. Better see this shit. Monster Hydro. Shit's like rocket fuel for your shit, man. So, I'm chugging this. I'm going to get this carburetor done because I got minute pieces everywhere. All over my bench. Anybody who knows me personally, I got 2 crumb grabbers. I can't keep their sticky fingers off of anything. And it's just a matter of time till all this minute shit's all over the fucking floor. And then I have a pile of junk that I can't use for the shit hop. So we gotta get this done tonight. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump into this biatch and see if we can get it together tonight. Okay? So, time to get serious about this. And first things first, before I start getting into reassembly, if you watched my video last night, I fucked up. And I'll be a man, and I'll admit I fucked up. And I'll show you what happened. I'll take it down here. We'll take it on down south. Okay, so you see here, this piece was on last night. Okay. Now, anybody who knows I didn't touch it, because look at the heads on this thing. But they weren't in that tight. So I was able to get it off with a straight screwdriver. So they weren't that tight. It's not the recommended way. I'm sure there's a special driver, but I don't have it, and I ain't gonna run around town to find some place that's open that's gonna let me in to find this shit. So I took this off, okay, and basically this is what was under there. Okay, so got this gasket off. We went ahead, or I should say I went ahead and I sanded, cleaned everything out. Cleaned that out. We got the crustaceous stuff out of the barrels on the body here. So we're pretty much ready to go here with this. So without any further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to tear into this. But I forgot, I talked to you guys last night about my Facebook page. I was going to start a new page for Big E's Drag Specialties, okay? So while I was waiting for this video to upload last night on the screw tube, I went ahead and I started a new cookbook page. Here it is. Guys, read that. It's Big E's Drag Specialties Next, NXT. Okay, the old page was Big E's Drag Specialties. All I added was the NXT at the end. So I'm putting that out there. If you guys want to get in touch with me, you want to message me about a project you have, anything like that, you can hit me up there now. It's another platform I can use to connect with you guys, to help you out. And like I said in last night's video, and I'm going to repeat it again tonight, I don't know everything, and you know what, god darn it, I never will. But there's a lot of old timers that I know in the area who've been doing this a lot longer than I have, and I can call them and I can ask them and they can give me advice, and I can talk. There's a couple people that I know. It's not just me. I can get in touch with these people, and if I don't know the answer, I'm going to freaking tell you. And if you don't want to hear, if you want to hear a bunch of bullshit, don't call me, don't message me, don't talk to me, okay? Because I'll tell you, hey, I don't know, or I'm going to give advice. I'm going to say, hey, look, I don't know. Can you give me some time? I'll look into it and I'll get you an answer. If you want to be bullshitted, go talk to the other guys. But you want to have somebody who's going to be honest with you and tell you they don't know, I'm your guy. If I know, I'll help you, or I'll try and figure it out with you. I'm not just going to try and force or force my ideas or whatever on you. Okay, so that's how I roll. So again, Big E's Drag Specialties next, NXT. Okay, search it on Facebook. You'll get my page. There's a picture of the shithawk on there. I didn't have any pictures really available for the turd, so the black Corvette shithawk's on there. Also, my motto, I was born to fucking send it, is on there. So if you see those two things, you're on the right fucking page. So go ahead and message that, or hit like, or follow it, whatever the heck you want to do, you do that, okay? So with that being said, we got another night shift video. This is the third one. First one I did was back, we put an evac system on Trainwreck. That was back, keep scrolling, what right there, that one. Yeah, that video right there. Yeah, the one with the white truck where I'm underneath with the exhaust pipe and I'm welding it and it's all dark out. That's the one. And if you remember, I was drinking this shit too. Okay, so if you're a part of Monster and you just accidentally hop upon this video, you can sponsor me this shit. It's good stuff. By the way, cheers, bitches. So now I've wasted enough of your fucking day. Time to get to fucking work. Alright, so let me adjust the camera. Let's get going. Let's get this doing. Alright, so here we are. Here's the kit, like I said. So we're gonna, breaking this seal prohibits the return. Eat me. Alright, so we're gonna open this biatch up. All kinds of neat little parts. Wow, wonder what that does. Yeah, it's not nice and pretty. It's shiny. Must do something important. Bunch of fucking gaskets and O-rings. We're probably going to need that for that. Clips and C-clips. We might need that for the booster valve. What we need is some freaking gaskets here. And here we go. Here's some gaskets. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to check. Well, these are probably ones we're going to need somewhere else. So what you want to do is you're going to be picking through this thing, because what it is it services different carburetors. It's not just your specific application carburetor. They group them together. So in other words, you could have, for what we're working on, I think it was 1852, and then so on and so forth. There could be other ones in there. So here we go. What I'm going to do is match this up and see if the holes line up and if all the holes are there and if they match. So I'm checking this out, and it looks like this is the one. So what we want to do is this old gasket, practice frisbee with it. Fuck it, you don't need that shit. It's just gonna get in your way and fuck you up anyway. So we'll put this in place. Now, if I remember correctly, which my memory isn't where it used to be, we're gonna pop this plate on here. Because I'm thinking this thing's got to go like that, because you have to have for that opening there. So now the tricky part is lining everything up, obviously. That's funny. That is real funny. So it would be that way. Okay, so let's try it this way. Sorry guys, my first day on the fucking job. Okay, so that's gonna line up like that, okay? Because you have those lining up like that. This gasket, like I said, they're not, there's really no room for error here, but we're gonna get this thing to work. So we'll position that there, okay, and then we'll have the gasket here Actually, what I should do is probably, if I was using my mind, which I hardly ever do, but maybe I should for once, pop this plate. Well, take this gasket off of here. I'm not quite sure what this does. If someone knows, you can message me, let me know. Hey schmuck, this is what this thing does. Stop sounding like an idiot on your videos. So alright, fine. Thanks, man. Take care. So now we're gonna pop that on there. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my trusty do-all universal shindig freaking screwdriver here from back when I was, back in '92, baby. Make sure that's against. We'll tighten that down. Doesn't have to be crazy tight. But just enough. Like I said, one thing I'm learning with working on carburetors is that, contrary to what I thought when I was in high school, I used to think that stuff had to be bear down tight. Now, one thing I'm learning is this time around is it doesn't. It just has to be enough. And naturally now we have one that's giving me the shits. Imagine that. So if you want to learn how to rebuild a carburetor, don't watch Big E's YouTube channel. Watch somebody who knows what they're doing. Nah, I'm kidding. Hopefully you're learning right like I am about this stuff. There's got to be a reason why this isn't tightening. We got the 4 main ones. Let's see once if I can do some magic here. Don't try this at home, folks. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that we were under quarantine, I probably would have tried going to Harbor Freight today and getting one. But you can't go out anymore. Not unless you want Homeland Security and SWAT on your doorstep. Fucking gotta go behind before a judicial hearing. Oh man, why were you out? Yo man, I smoked a bunch of weed and I need some Doritos. So I had to go to the store and get some Doritos because I was out, Then they'll freaking sign you up for the nut ward. Actually, this isn't working. I don't know why. I guess we'll back them out, and we'll have to take a look, see what the culprit is here. I'm guessing it's probably the gasket's probably off a little bit. Something. See, and what's neat is the videos that I watch, the guys doing this stuff, they're like, nothing ever goes wrong. Because they probably did like 25 of them and have like 15 kits for each carburetor, because simply running into this kind of stuff, so they know how to fix it. So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have to back this out. So, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to pause this for now, and I'm going to see if we can get this figured out, and then we're going to pick up. So, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, we're back here. Found out the problem. I had it upside down. Imagine that. But the gasket was right. So we got this on here. We got it tight. So the next thing we're going to do is find a gasket for this and put this fuel bowl back on. I inspected it. Everything looks good. The spring looks good. The float's not damaged. It looks decent. I'm not too worried about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think here, which is something I should avoid doing, is thinking. Honestly, we're just going to bolt this thing up. Let's see. Like such. So then we're going to take our screws, we're going to put those in, we're going to finger tight stuff, make sure we get good thread engagement on all 4 bolts, screws, whatever term you want to use. And then what I like to do when I tighten it down is anything that's aluminum or that's really important, I always like to use the X pattern. So I'll tighten this one and then I'll go to this one and tighten that up. Okay, so that's fairly easy for that side. And I'm hoping this video doesn't take too much longer because I don't want to bore you guys to tears. So anyway, we got that on. So that looks good. So now we're going to go here. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to set that there. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch out this here valve. So you're going to need a 1-inch wrench and fit it on there. It'll come right out. So that's the old one. So we'll put that over there. We'll grab the new one out of the kit. We'll thread that in. Now let's not bolt tighten because remember this is aluminum. Snug it up should be enough. So then what we're going to do is this is going to snap on. There are dowel pins on this and it should hold that gasket in for you. Of course now it's going to make a you know what out of me. And there we go. See, the dowel pins here and here are going to hold your gasket. So then what you're going to do is put your metering block there, and you're going to feel that the pins are you're going to feel it drop in a little bit. Then you know you're in place. Now, then what you're going to do, now you need a new gasket for your fuel bowl, or your fuel bowl. The hell. There's 2 gaskets. This is the one because you can check by your dowel pins. So we'll push it on the dowel pins. We already took these out and cleaned everything. Make sure we get that all the way against. And I cleaned everything, the gasket surfaces last night after I was finished with the video, and I uploaded while that was uploading onto YouTube. I cleaned everything with carburetor cleaners, scraped it with the razor blade. So we're this far. So now what I want to do is I want to tear this apart and replace whatever diaphragms or whatever in there. So basically what we're going to do is there's 4 screws here. And you can smell this thing even with the fact that it's cleaned. Like I said, I don't have a professional cleaner machine, but this is what we got. So you still smell the residue, but so we'll pull these out. we'll see. Okay, so what I want to do now that I see that, I see a little bit, I don't know if you can see in there's a little bit of residue from old gas. So I'm going to take some carburetor cleaner in a rag. Keep this away from your eyes, by the way. Put a couple squirts in there. Try and get in there as best as you can and clean that out. You don't want any of that nasty shit in there, because who knows how long this has been sitting. Okay, so that's cleaned out, and then you also get a nice contact high, so you know that's a positive. So now the new diaphragm's in the kit. So what you want to do now, since I'm going to get some of this stuff out of my way so I can put it to where you can see, you want to take this diaphragm out. And you might need a little help from a friend here, your nice flat blade screwdriver. To get that loose. So there you go, folks. You could go to any other YouTube channel and watch and rebuild a Holley, or you can watch Big E's YouTube channel and you can watch somebody fail for half an hour. What would you rather watch? I think I'd go watch the other channels, to be perfectly honest. See somebody who knows what they're doing. Anyway, I'm just keeping it real. I'll be honest with you. I was been screwing with fuel injection pretty much my whole life up until this point. So bear with me. So we'll put this spring back in. We'll put this diaphragm back in, and obviously we need to put the acting arm back in there. And good luck lining that shit up. So we'll try again. We'll use, I like to use the X pattern with this, because it applies clamping force more evenly. That's why I like to do it that way. Cylinder heads, intake manifolds, even wheel studs when I'm putting wheels on and off, I like to X them on, because you don't want the brake rotors to be wobbly or anything like that, get a vibration or have an air leak. So we got these started. Tighten this up, tighten it up. Okay, so now there you go. Nice. You can even hear it sounds good. Okay, so that's that. So we have that on, we have that on. Everything else looks good. The float looks good. It's not damaged, so I don't see any reason to do that, to replace that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on. Get all these finger tight for now until we get it in place. Okay, let's see how tight this is. Go back over them, and that's the only thing I might do too. Once I have it all together, I'm going to go back over these screws again. Okay, now we did that. The next piece I want to look at, and I think we screwed up here. Yes, imagine that, I screwed up. We forgot to put this on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this open, and I'm going to take a look at, you have all these, this package of all O-rings, and I'm going to see if I can find two that match up. So here's one. Slide that on. Okay, now let's see if we can find another one in our dime bag here. And here's another one, so we'll put that on there, so that way you have two brand new O-rings. And the other O-rings, I think I'm just, for now, for the sake of not losing them, I'm trying to these couple here I'm not going to need, I don't think. So I'm going to throw those in the box for now. Here's an old gasket. We'll get rid of that. Don't need that. Don't need this gasket. Cheers. Alright. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this up because I'm a schmuck. So that way we can get this crossover fuel tube, whatever the, I don't even know what the proper fucking term is for this shit. I call it what it does. It basically connects to two fuel bowls and it's a fuel line, so, and it crosses over. So I'm gonna call it crossover fuel tube. I don't give two shits. It's what the fuck it does. So we're gonna loosen this up. Now we're going to do that, take these back out, waste more of your time. Now, see if we can, okay, so this is loose. So, do yourself a favor. Don't ever put, anytime you have O-rings, don't ever put them in dry. You want to have them, at least some lubricant of some point. You know, it's kind of like when you have sex with a hot chick. You don't just shove it in there dry. You gotta talk dirty to her. Get her horned up so she's nice and wet so it slides in. See? So put a little, I'm using some lightweight oil. And we'll put that in there. We'll put that. Alright. Now that we did that, we can go back to putting our screws back in for the second time. Let's do it again, this time with feeling. So here we go again. Yeah. Looks like that's missing, so we'll do that. Okay, so we'll try this. Oh wait, we're still missing one. Put that there. Yeah, this is great. There. Okay. You ever feel like you're having deja vu? If you're watching this video and you're having deja vu, you're really having it, because yes, we're doing this again. So a couple more seconds here, we'll have this done. Now, next thing I should seriously think about doing is, remember these idle mixture screws I told you about in yesterday's video? Well, there's O-rings in there. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take them There's one on each side of your metering block. So I'm going to take it out completely, and I'm going to see if I can get in there and pull that O-ring out and get the new one in there. And there's a lot of crud in there. There it is. Yeah, that thing's pretty dry rotted. That thing's pretty bad. I wonder if they want us to use this cork thing. So, let's see here. I'm guessing probably yes. Yes, I'm guessing that's what they want us to use. So, they have these round... I can't see with my clumsy fingers. It's like a round cork. It's a pretty thick deal. So I'm going to go ahead with that and push that in there, and go ahead, and we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and try and turn this in. Now, your baseline setting for this will be, I'm going to switch to a small screwdriver because I don't want to crank this in. Okay, so we're against, right? Now I'm not turning hard. So they say your baseline would be to go one full turn. So there's half. There's one turn. Okay, now we'll go another half. So they say 1.5 on each one to start off with on your initial setup. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this one out. So that one we have set at 1.5. We'll do the same thing here. We'll pull this one out. Ugh. Boy, that thing was fucking disgusting. And then we're going to push that in. Now it does fit kind of tight, so I'm hoping they're the right ones, but I'd rather have it tight. That means it's a good seal. So we'll put that in there. Now I'm going to use this one to get it started. Oh crap. That's not good. Terrific. Well, through the magic of this channel, I broke an ear off. Terrific. So I gotta somehow figure out how I'm gonna get that out. So by the way, this is where Eric flips out and starts throwing shit and making up 4-letter words, but I'm sure you don't want to see that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and run this out and try and see what the heck went wrong here. So maybe it is the gasket, I don't know, that knocked it crooked, or a piece of the cork gasket got stuck in there, or what happened, but this ain't gonna fly. So I'm just gonna pull this out for now, and then we'll just continue on the rebuild, knowing that I gotta go and get another needle valve for the idle mixture. Yeah, not happy. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set that there for now as a mental note to self that that needs to be fixed. Okay, so let's carry on. So now we're at here, the bottom. So gasket, make sure everything's there. That looks good. Alright, so we have a couple other types of bottom gaskets. So I saved the one that came off our particular carburetor here, and that's what we have. And that's not it. That's not it. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I believe it's going to be this one here. Is going to be the one that's going to do it for us. So we don't need this, so we can throw that out. And then we can put now remember, this is the tricky part, because remember, this has to be under there, right? And I think that's something we talked about in beginning of the video. So let's see here, can we fix it? Alright, let's see what we got going on here. So that's there. Oh, that's what, okay, so that's right, because it's actually trying to push this plate off, and here it's the spring that's inside there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to drop these in and try not to repeat what we just did with the fucking idle mixture valve. And it's 6 of them. Yeah, well. And I think my kids got out here because I'm missing a screw. Alright, well, we'll have to check in on that then. Let me get my my screwdriver here. Actually, that probably doesn't go there. Maybe it does. Why would I be? Because that would be where that check ball or something would run. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. Is everybody still with me? I didn't realize this video is going that long, but we're getting there. Frankly, guys, I'm getting tired myself. I don't blame you if you're checking out by now. I think what we're going to do, we're going to bolt this up. We're going to swap out the diaphragm on this, and I think we're going to call it a day. I'm pretty beat. I'll run this one in. So it just has me agitated as to why those are missing, but we'll check it out then. Okay, so here we go. It's starting to resemble something that looks like a carburetor, and we got that at the right spot. So now what we're going to do is take this apart. And we have to remember too, if there's anything that, like I know this has to stay on that side because that's for the manual choke cable mount. So that way it'll hold the outside sleeve and let the cable slide and actually actuate your choke, if you will. So, and like I said, well, we're probably going to end the video after this because we're not going to finish because I got to get a needle valve anyway now without doing that. So we're going to pop this somehow without, let's try not to break anything else today, people. Would be nice. Let's see if I can get under here. There we go. Spring. Here's your diaphragm. Check ball. Okay. So that all looks pretty good. We could actually, I don't know why they didn't give me one in this kit, but it actually looks pretty good. But I'm gonna have to see about, I gotta go get a thing anyway, a needle valve anyway. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this out. I'm gonna get a new one and replace that and a few other things. So I think that's gonna do it for now. That should help. Hopefully that gets you an idea of how to rebuild the carburetor. Like I said, it's just some fine tuning then at this point. It just the damn needle valve that broke. I gotta find out. I think it was the freaking gasket got too tight, so I guess that was the wrong one, the cork one. I'm probably gonna have to go back and replace that. At this point, with probably, now that I look here in the kit, there's these little O-ring ones like that, super freaking small. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I swap that out then, and do the diaphragm, get a new valve, and then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put it on the shit hawk, and then we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do a video on the choke. I'm putting manual choke on because we're having some had so many electrical issues with the shit hawk that the last thing I want to do is add anything more electric to it right now till I get everything figured out. So but basically the principle is exactly the same like I described before. So that's gonna be it for today. Okay, so everybody take care, watch out for each other. You can hit me, like and subscribe. I trust me, I think the next video is going to be better. I just got tired and I apologize. So hopefully though that this helps. Also you can check me out on Instagram, Eric Snyder 26. Also I have Gmail, which is ericsnyder802@gmail.com, and this bitch right here, Big E's Drag Specialties Next. Hit me up on Facebook there if you have any things. Like, subscribe, comment. You don't have to put comments on this video that this video sucked. I know it sucked, okay? I'm kind of bummed out that I broke that. But anyway, that's what happens when you do stuff live action. Shit happens, and if it's gonna happen, of course it's gonna happen. You make a video of it, right? So anyway, everybody take care, watch out for each other, stay clean, stay safe, keep your butt clean, try not to breathe on anybody, and we'll talk to you next time on Big E's Drag Specialties.